Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Meaty69, and today we've got a few really good replays for you. But mainly, we're going to be talking about thinking. So, thinking, using your brain, using your awareness, wins battles. And if you don't do the correct thinking, or if you do even one wrong move, it can cost you the battle. Now, today we are going to be talking about the thinking and what different thinking you need. So, for instance, each different tank or each different kind of tank type requires different thinking. So, not just TDs require thinking, medium thinking, heavy thinking, all different. So, turretless TDs, you need to think differently to something like a E3 and an E4, or an E3 and a grill. It's completely different thinking. So each kind of tank requires different thinking. So this battle is not a great battle, but it's one of the battles where I use my brain. So we have got a good enemy platoon in front of us, and all the team are in front. Now, I wasn't pushing. I was waiting for the opportunity. I had hard cover. This tank has got great armor especially from long distance, and it's got really slow traverse, and it's quite slow, and it's a turretless TD, so you don't want to be in these kind of spots. But I was looking at the minimap, I was looking at my team, and I had my teammate E100 to the left. I've got a Leopard and an IS-7 behind, which then allowed me to push forward and put pressure on these two in front, which is exactly what I'm doing. And we're getting damage. We get them both down to a one shot, and this is where my team that was behind me can now push forward. So because of that, we've now taken out the T-57 Heavy, we've taken out the FV215B, and we have just literally rushed in, all of us at the same time, and we have pretty much taken them down. Now it's 3 against 2. I'm still full hit points. My IS-7 still full hit points, and the E100 is near enough full hit points. But the enemy still got us down to a 2 versus 3. So if we wouldn't have used our brain and pushed when we did, and we just sat at the back camping, and then for sure this could have easily been a loss. Now, I did make an error here. I actually pushed with my team. So the E100 and the IS-7 both went the left side of this rock, where I was full hit points. I should have just gone the right of it, but it didn't really matter. And now here is another using your brain, using your teammate. We are double Death Starring, and we are sitting together, and we're focusing on the same tank. Now that poor E5 got deleted. We was both focusing on the grill here, which he manages to get the first shot. And we are both using our brain. We're both sitting together. I'm looking at what he's doing. I'm looking at where he is shooting, and who he's going for. Now, just watch this shot. This shot, I had to add this because it was just so troll. So this is the Death Star. When you double Death Star, you really need to work together. And again, this is us working together, sitting at the back, aiming at the same target. Again, a poor T-57 Heavy gets deleted. And if that wasn't enough, we go forward, and you can see as soon as we shoot, we are backing up. We're backing up, hopefully not getting spotted. And then as soon as we're reloaded, or almost reloaded, we are both going to push forward again. And without even looking at each other, this is when a good platoon works really well. Now, we've both spotted that T-62, and we've both deleted him. And again, as soon as we shoot, we are backing up. Now, we're going to show you three battles. All 3 battles are, in fact, a loss. Very good battles indeed. But they all make one error. The whole game, they all make one error. Now, this is a very good friend of mine, Logicless Yaks from Phoenix. And straight away, this is going to be the first error. So he's already spotted 3 tanks poking up, and they've spotted a Yag Tiger. Now, I thought the Yag Tiger was AFK, in fact. But he's not. So, in fact, they're not making that error there. They are getting rid of a very good DPM tank very early on. But in that meantime, getting that tank, they are all focusing him, the Yag Tiger. Fair enough, it is a good thing getting rid of the Yag Tiger, But the Jagdtiger was on his own, and yes, he has got great DPM, but he's a turretless TD, and the fact that he was in the open actually pulled away the attention of about 4 or 5 of his team. And because of that, the team have managed to push around. They are now in a bad position, and again they spot an FV 4202 that is pretty much on his own, and again it takes the attention of all the team, and they all decide to push around. But because they're all deciding to push around, it leaves them vulnerable at the back. So you can see they're doing a good job. They are doing a good job. And it's not so much Yax or Logicless that's making the error. He's pushing. He's not looking at what his team's doing. He's pushing, and the team are actually following him. But now you can see they've all poked round, and the 2 tanks at the back are very, very vulnerable on his team. You've got the E5, and you've got another tank that is very low hit points. And the IS-7 there, now they've got the side of the IS-7. So Logicless does a great job this battle, and it is very, very unfortunate. So the mistake on here was more to do with the team. If there's a tank at the back, like the Jagdtiger, people seem to get very, very greedy with damage. And to win games, it's not just about damage. And it's the same with an AFK. If you see an AFK, which we will see in one of these mistakes coming up soon, everyone just focuses him. Everyone wants the damage. It's like, oh, free damage. But it costs you. And I have the same. Because of who I am, I run a YouTube channel. I'm quite well known to the community. So many times I get focused, and not just me, but you get good players like Zenodium. He gets focused an awful lot, and like I said, Bushka is why he changed his name, because he's so well known. He gets focused, and people just don't care. They really don't care. As long as they kill you, they are happy. Now, I've had battles where I've started a battle and I'm in, say, like a TD, and I've had like a bat chat just rush through 6 of my team to get to me, and literally he's just in the open with 6 of my tanks, and he's just circling me, so I can't get him, but the rest of my team can get him. And he does manage to kill me, and as soon as he kills me, my team kill him, and he actually messages, haha, got ya. Well, mate, you've just lost your team at the battle. Yes, you killed me, but you're dead. You are dead, and you've just completely YOLO'd for no reason at all, just to get a kill on me. And now this is so unfortunate. Really unfortunate. He couldn't, and he misses that final shot on the Object 140. So very well played. Very unfortunate. Just a few little mistakes, not from yourself, but from the team itself, focusing all on the one tank. He finishes on 6.9k damage, 29,000 credits. Ignore the messages up the top with the tanks that I'm getting. This is on my contributor account, so I needed to get these tanks. But very, very well played indeed, and he does deserve that win. It's very unfortunate at the end. Now, this next battle is the AT-15. Now, this is driven by Cole, and again, he doesn't make many errors, and he makes one error right at the end, and he even tells the enemy team what he does, and he knows exactly what he does. Now, the AT-15 is a very, very good tank. A lot of people don't like the tank because it's so slow, but back in the day, all this line, the 88, 87, 85, the Tor, they were known for being these extremely well-armoured TDs. Now, nowadays, yes, they are extremely well-armoured, but the hatch on top, everybody knows to pen it. So you don't bounce half as many shots now than you used to, say, 2-3 years ago. 2-3 years ago, you can just go straight into the enemy and just use the DPM and literally tear them apart. But now everyone knows, even if they are 40, 45, 50% players, they know to aim at that hatch because it is very, very weak. Against tier 7s, you can of course get a few bounces, And I love what he does with that AMX. With the reload of this tank, 3.4 seconds, you can perma-track tanks, and it's so annoying. And that is exactly what he done to that AMX. So he's only lost a little bit of hit points, and if that weren't enough, he's going to do the same to this AMX. Got the IS-2 around there as well. So again, I love what he is doing. He is constantly going for the track shots. Now, this IS-2 just can't do anything because the reload on this thing, and by the time he can do something, he's not focusing him, and he's only on 344 hit points. He does take out the Comet, but now he's just a one shot, and Carl can take him out. But at this point, it's 3 against 4. There is a TD at the tank that is TD at the back, which is the Emil, and that is the tank that's going to break people's hearts. So for now, he's going to ignore him, which is probably the right thing to do, and he's going to go for the Lupus, and he's going to get one shot in the lower plate, and you can see he's getting shot from the Emil at the back. The Lupus is not going for the hatch. Oh, there he is. He's seen the hatch, and he's going to go for it, but he's close. He's wiggling, and again, I love what he was doing. He is just going for the track, and now he gets put on fire, which is very unfortunate, and that in fact cost him the battle. So it's now 2 against 3. This poor Panther just has no clue whatsoever. So you can see he's aiming at the hatch, but he just can't do nothing. And now he's a one shot against his T-23E3. He luckily bounces at the back there, and you can see the E3 is going for the hatch. You can see him aiming at the hatch, and you can see him shooting. But from a tier 7 tank, you do need APCR. Some tanks you do need APCR, especially tanks like the E3. You do need APCR to get into that hatch. Now, this is the error. So far, he's blocked 2,000 damage, 5,400. Now he stops. Now, he says hello 5k. Now, this is where it makes... Look, he's not moving. He is actually typing. Now, because he's typing, you can't see he's typing, but he's not moving. He's got side on from the right side, and before you know it, his teammate is starting capping. Oh, there is the Emil, and he takes him out. So if he wouldn't be typing, and he's going to tell you now, he's going to sell it in chat, and which is very unfortunate. Now, he could have won this battle. He could have had over 6,000 damage. And here we go. Damn it, I was typing. So he knew exactly what he did wrong, and he admitted what he done wrong. And unfortunately for this SU, he doesn't spot the Emil in time, and the Emil's looking at him and can take him out. But still, a very good battle, and he still gets 5.4k damage. He gets the ace, well-deserved ace, 14,000 credits, 5 kills, but it was just that one little mistake. The SU went left, so he should have gone right. There was a dead carcass there he could have used to protect himself, so they had both ends covered, but he decided he was going to chat. And because he chatted, or because he was typing, that cost him the battle. That cost him around 6,000 damage, but still a great battle. Now, this is the heartbreak of all heartbreaks. Now, this is driven by, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, it's Chow or Chew or Chokes. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I'm going to say it's Chokes, because why not? Because he does pretty much choke. And he's in an FV215B. Now, this is one of the greatest battles I have seen, but one of the most unfortunate battles I have seen as well. So, and a lot of it, he does make a mistake. I'm not gonna move away from the fact he doesn't make a mistake. He does make a mistake, but it also doesn't help that on his teammate, the FV4202, he's a bad player, and you're gonna see just how bad he is at the end. And I don't like naming and shaming. I've had to take a video down because of naming and shaming about seal clubbing, but with battles like this, I'm not going to show his stats, but you're just going to see midway or at the end of the battle just how bad, and he cost the game. But you're going to get that. You're going to get bad players on every team, every time. Now, people are moaning about, I'm going to talk about the matchmaking. I was going to do a video. I am going to do a video about matchmaking. So we're not going to talk about matchmaking. We're going to talk about this amazing battle. So FE215B, it's got great Hesh. It's my favourite my favourite heavy in tier 10. And I've actually done a video on the FE, which will be released within the next couple of weeks, whenever I get some time. But this battle is really, it's one of the most heartbreaking battles I have ever seen. So he's using the Hesh as much as he can, which is fine. If you can use the Hesh, use the Hesh. And he's taken out the T-54E1. So there's 2 tanks down on the red team, and there's 1 tank down on the green team. And he's got an E50M. Now, the E50M at the moment is the tank to look out for. For some reason, that is just, it's been buffed. It's just a fantastic tank. It really is a good tank. And it's really, really strong. 3 tanks down now to 2, so they are a tank down. He's getting shot. He is getting the odd bounce though, but the E50M is now a 1 shot. So he's going to poke forward and he's going to get 1 last shot into him, but it was a low roll and he leaves him on 11 HP. But again, rightly so, he was switching to the Hesh, but he decided to ram him, which is fine. Save your shells, because all these shells are going to come in handy, which you will see at the end. Now, he's down to 657 HP. He's not a lot, he's a 2 shot, which he needs this HP. But not only does he need HP, he needs his shells. And he needs to start penning a lot more of his shells, because he's running out. He's running out. And here you're going to see a mistake. Just popped up on the screen is an AFK E100. It's 3 against 4, but with that AFK E100, it's pretty much 3 against 3. And he gets a nice shot into the Chieftain hatch. Doesn't quite get the full penetration with the Hesh, and he gets a nice bounce from the Chieftain. So now he's going to get 1 more shot into him. Hopefully he gets a high roll, going to hit the hatch, and he does. And he gets him out. So now it is 3 against 3. Now there's 1 tank down in the middle who needs help. He's got 2 tanks on him. He's got the T-54 and he's got the IS-4, and they've managed to clear him. Now, this is where he's going for the AFK. Now, it's late on in the battle. It's so late in the battle. If it was like 5 versus 2, then yes, I would definitely go for this AFK. But it's not. It's 2 against 3, or 2 against 2, should I say. This is where you need to be leaving that E100. And because of that, this really does. And again there, he's got the T-54 attacking him, but he still goes for the E100. Now, I would not have done that. I really wouldn't have done that. Not only was he going for the AFK, he was wasting his last AP rounds on that AFK, and that is going to prove vital in the end. So he gets 1 headshot into the T-54, but does a low roll, and he has to use another another shell, and now he finishes off the E100. But now he's only got a couple of APCR rounds, and he's only got a couple of Hesh rounds. Now, if he would have left the E100, this really would have been a win. But I'm not totally saying he's done wrong. He made a mistake. It didn't help with the FV4202. Now, he's just missed 2 shots. Now, when you are low ammo, you need to use these shots wisely. And I know he's a 1 shot, but he really needed to use these shots wisely. Now, he has only got a couple of Hesh rounds left. And if he would have used or saved his AP and attacked this this IS-4, he could have saved his Hesh. And once they get rid of the IS-4, he could have then got round the back of the E100 and completely destroyed him with the Hesh, getting the high rolls, getting as much damage as he can with the Hesh, but he was unable to do that. So he's going to use, no, he's not going to use 1 more shot. The IS-4's reloaded. Now, with me, for me, I would just, at this circumstance, you just need to circle this rock. You need a really good roll for the IS-4, but I know what he's doing. He's waiting for his FV4202, when in fact there is 40 seconds left on the clock. The time is running down, and the IS-4, he could not hold it anymore, and the IS-4 managed to clear him. Now, just look at this. 30 seconds left on the clock, and this guy decides to start capping. And not only that, there's an IS4 that's just completely gone side on, and he completely misses. And if that's not bad enough, the IS4 keeps going. The IS4 is not a good player, and he stops in the open, but yet the FV 4202 still manages to miss. And again, the IS4 there in the open, but the battle finishes. It is a draw, and very, very unfortunate. So he still finishes on 8.7k damage, which is still fantastic, but it was just that mistake going for the E100. But that is it, guys. So use your brain, use your map awareness, use the mini-map, use your teammates, use your platoon mates, and put all that together, and you will start winning some games. But for now, I'm Meaty69, and I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.